Hey there, it's Justin here from the Book Like a Boss team, and I'm really excited in this video to introduce you to our new add-ons and variations feature. This is something that we've been getting a ton of requests for, and we wanted to finally be able to make it happen. Basically, what these add-ons and variations are things that can be added on in addition to the services that you're already selling. And I'm going to walk you through an example here of what that looks like on the front end of this example booking page, but essentially what this allows you to do is offer a sort of upsell style to your orders to not only increase your average order value, but to just make it easier for your customers to purchase additional services and offer different variations of a particular thing. So let me go ahead and jump into an example booking page that we have here for Maya Bennett, which is a career and leadership coach. Now you can see on her booking page, she has the regular calendar as well as her products and services down here displayed down below. Now, if we take, for example, this career clarity session, go ahead and take a look into that one. So you can see that she has the base price here at $175 for the hour. And when the customer goes and clicks through to checkout, this whole checkout process has been totally revamped and rebuilt to now accommodate for add-ons and variations. So you can see here that she has this personalized career action plan, and then there's a variation of it. So her initial service is this career clarity session, but this personalized career action plan is something that can be added on in addition to that. Now there's different variations of that plan. So you have a simple one, advanced, or a pro plan. And you can see here they're actually selected by default, but that's something that you can deselect and kind of display however you want. So if we take a look down here at a second add-on, we have our LinkedIn profile review, and you can see this is set to 0 by default. So you have full control over how that's going to work, whether it'll be selected by default, not selected by default, and so forth. We'll jump into the back-end settings of this just after this. Now we'll take, for example, this here and assume that we picked the LinkedIn profile review, and let's say we just went ahead with the simple plan. Your customer is going to come through to this next section, which is going to be the booking details. You can already see the total is higher, but there is going to be a detailed breakdown of that total in the next step. For now, they're just going to be putting in their booking contact information. And now you can see here on the checkout page an actual breakdown of what has been added. And you can see here these add-ons, the LinkedIn profile review and the personalized career action plan are add-ons, and they're tagged as add-ons. So you can see the prices here that get applied to it in the subtotal. And the rest of the checkout process would remain the same as normal, selecting their payment method and of course checking out for that service. Now I want to go ahead and show you what this looks like in the back-end settings of your admin. So over here on the left sidebar, you're going to see booking pages. Inside of products and services, the test session that you saw that booking being placed for is this career clarity session here. So I'm going to go ahead and edit this to show you what it looks like on the back end. Here you're going to see in the left sidebar this new add-on section, and that's where all of this gets made. Now it's really important to point out here that add-ons can exist at both the global level and at the package specific or service specific level, which means that you can create in your Book Like a Boss account a add-on, and then you can choose which products and services that add-on is going to apply to, or you can create the add-ons and the variations specifically at the level of the particular service or product, and then it's only going to apply at that level. If you're wanting to go ahead and create a new add-on, you're just going to go ahead and click on Add New Add-on here. You'll go through and fill out the information, and as I showed you before on the actual booking page checkout process, you can determine whether or not this item or this add-on is going to be pre-selected by default or not. Now I'll go ahead and edit this personalized career action plan to show you what the actual creation process looks like on the inside. You can give a specific name and a description to your add-on. Again, select whether or not it's going to be pre-selected if you want to make a change to that setting later. And here you can upload a thumbnail image for that particular add-on. Now, the add-on can exist by itself as just a single add-on. You do not have to create variations for it. You might imagine a scenario where you give an add-on for somebody to purchase something like a book, and perhaps you only have one version of that book, and so you simply sell that book as an add-on as part of your order. However, if you want to, you can then go further and create variations of that base add-on. For example, you might have a leather-bound book or a digital version of the book or a plastic version of the book. And so each of those is going to be its own variation with its own price and its own title. Now, one really important thing to keep in mind here is if you do choose to create variations, then the price that you initially set for the base add-on becomes ignored. If you think about it like this, if you're going to sell, for example, a t-shirt, and you're going to have 3 variations of that t-shirt, red, blue, and yellow, then the base price of the t-shirt isn't what matters anymore. It's they're purchasing each individual t-shirt on its own, so each of those has its own price. They don't just buy t-shirt for $50 and then red t-shirt for $60. The three options would be red, blue, and yellow t-shirts. So whenever you activate variations, the initial add-on price essentially goes away and is ignored, and it'll display the pricing variations on that checkout process. Now you can come in here and you can do things like swapping out the thumbnail image. You can remove it. You do not have to have a thumbnail image for your add-ons or for your variations. It'll still display no problem on the front end. And other than that, you can go ahead and set unique quantity limits for each add-on, however you want to do that. Really, the flexibility is massive in terms of how you want to use this. And we're going to be creating more scenarios and examples for you to show you the best way to use add-ons and variations. With all of that aside, if you do have any questions about how to use add-ons and variations, do go ahead and get in contact with us over our chat widget, and we'll be happy to help you out. Thank you so much for listening, and we hope you enjoyed the new update.